Hello everybody. I wanted to come on here and make a quick video, kind of like a shadow work video, and to move the energy around a little bit. I'm finding some things. I found out some pretty cool information yesterday, and I also wanted to show my shirt. I somehow was able to bike over to Goodwill, and I was cloth hunting, or I was looking for linen and cotton, and this one. I was like, yeah, this is the shirt. This is a cool shirt. I found it, and I've gotten a lot of, I like it. I asked some people about it, like, because I wanted to wear it to an event maybe tomorrow, and some people said some things. Some people said that they didn't like it, or they think it's weird. I don't know. If you want to let me know in the comments, whatever, I don't care. Anyways, I like it. I like the material. I think it's cool. I think it fits some things about my personality. But I found out some really fascinating, cool information yesterday, just in regards to certain things in the government, its former government, whatever you want to call it, where the money's going. Really, I just want to kind of put some people's minds or hearts at ease. And I realize I'm like, why don't I get so antsy, because I'm like way, like my mind is way ahead into looking at like the trajectory of certain things, energies, events on the infrastructure, whatever. And I like to look at the good things, and like I like to steer away from bad things too much, but I found some pretty interesting good things, because there's bad things going on. And definitely check out lastflagstanding.com. And then if you go on YouTube and type in Russell-J Gould, or Russell J. Gould on YouTube, his recent YouTube video, pretty cool. Sorry, Dick Cheney. But all that money is going to go towards certain things, and he's not the only one that really fucked up and lying and manipulating and deceiving people over the past, I don't know, millennial decades. All the millennials, especially the 90s kids, you guys know what's up. You guys know, like, we're just being essentially energetically stolen from, and our minds and sanity have been being molested, raped. I don't know, it's all stealing, really, over our entire lifespan, because people don't want to be accountable or know what's going on. It's too much for some reason. Actually, this is what I really wanted to get into. I was like, okay, so, because most of the time people have good volition. They have good volition, or there's just a block, or they are working on their health in some way. I know I'm working on my well-being and my environment, health and stuff. Like, I'm trying to heal my body and the emotional, energetic structure of it, so that anyways. But and people, I don't want to say I care too much, but people are they're so overwhelmed. And I mean, majority of like any sort of feminine energy, the society's not conducive for like the true cycles of feminine wisdom to be conducted accordingly in society, so that everybody is like thriving. I don't know, it's weird. But I'm like, okay, so what's really holding people up when I tell the truth, or I like give them like a sense of when I interact with people and I need them to do something, or I need them to correct something, or I inform them that they have no authorization. But I'm finding a lot of people are just in that stagnicity, because of what it really comes down to is there's a type of fear involved, because there's a sense of no security. First of all, number one, security is an illusion. There is no such thing as true full security. There's only levels, and those levels are still comprehended and made in the mind. So, and that will deduce back into your heart center. And That's something that I'm working on, so that when I walk into a room, I'm in my heart center, so that will kind of push other people who aren't in their heart centers out of the way, so that truth can come in and we can align and have fun. Because I'm like, once you comprehend the truth and you're kind of like sovereign and secure within yourself, you're like, yeah, fuck it, let's have fun. And I often wonder like what's holding people up with that, and a lot of it is a social type of fear. Social programming, social engineering, fear of doing something wrong, or fear that they are wrong and there's consequences. And yeah, if you are knowingly doing something wrong, or you're being lazy and milking people and wasting people's time, yeah, there are consequences for that. So I kind of am running into that. I'm running into that energy. I'm not running into it too much with people, because a lot of people have been their health has been severely impacted, whether it's mental, physical, emotional, the holistic kind of thing. Their soul has been impacted, or by a lot of the fraudulence going on, a lot of not knowing the correct procedures and information of like how to move their own body or their own vessel, and then going in the world. There's a lot of fear still being like, like I feel it. Maybe after the Tauri full moon, or the Taurus moon, or whatever, maybe it goes back into Gemini, we can get on top of our game and be like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. You're just kind of the little crybaby. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's okay to cry. It is okay to express your emotions. I'm also finding out there's a lot of, it's quite funny. Emotion is a very powerful thing. And the funny thing is, it's actually a no contract word. So what it means is, the E is supposed to represent energy, and then motion. It's energy in the motion. So when I say there's a lack of emotional intelligence, what it really is lack of emotional comprehension and how to move, and lack of emotional intelligence and how to move in this world time-space continuum. So yeah, what I'm going to try and leave people with is, question yourself, what is holding you back? What is your biggest fear? What is blocking you from being on the vibe of joy and freedom and fucking awesome tits and fun? And Reuben, so I just want to, I'm kind of wondering where that nice containment is. Because my mind, when it gets like this, when I feel this in the collective or whatever, I'm like, well, what is that? You're just a baby? You want me to take care of you like a baby? Some of it I can give you the benefit of the doubt, but a lot of you, you're adults. I had to grow up very young when I was a child. 5 years old, I remember oh yeah, I'm not in an emotionally thriving position here. There's the emotional intelligence level was 0. It was almost, I don't want to say 0, but that was not healthy. And that needs to be really taken a look at. There's a lot of grief, unprocessed grief, especially within women, because there's lack of communication between, and lack of emotional communication. So nobody's doing anything. Nobody's moving anywhere. I'm looking at myself, looking at them. So yeah, 9 minutes. I think that should be good. Completion number. And I would like the energy to move and people to comprehend, so we can get on millennial style wavelength of movement and grooving. And honestly, when, I don't know, at least when 90s kids are thriving, then I guarantee you a lot of other people are going to be thriving. However, that doesn't mean that there's no consequences for the assholes that have fucked everyone else over by their incompetency and essentially their sinister fucking nasty predatory moves on most of our generation. So I'll just say it like that. All right, going to 10, that's a 1, 0. 1 plus 0 is 1, but we start at 0. So what's your fear? What's holding you up? Peace out.